Plus size versus classical ballet dancers.
When people say I'm a plus-size ballerina, I don't really like it. If I can do what everybody else can, I don't think I should be in a separate category.
When 15-year-old Lizzie posted a video of her fouette turns, she was shocked by the immediate fame she got. But why did she receive that much attention? And what led her to do ballet at all? Lizzie started her journey into dancing after a horrible loss. Her mother passed away, and the girl needed a place where she could express all her pain. She chose a dance studio when she was 5 years old and took 4 classes a week to practice her moves. She said it's her main passion in life, and she doesn't like when anyone highlights her uniqueness. But it's the fact that Lizzie is breaking all the stereotypes, and the girl doesn't feel shy to talk about it.
I think that I'm proof that girls can be whatever they want to be in life. It doesn't matter your size.
But was the ballerina always so confident? At the beginning of her path, she struggled a lot. Lizzie's peers paid a lot of attention to her weight. She had no friends and always felt depressed. Even now, she notices offensive comments under her posts. Sometimes she cried, but she never stopped dancing. For Lizzie, it's harder to do even the simplest moves, and she needs more time and effort to practice them. Lizzie's trainer appreciates the girl and feels proud of her strength. Those are the kind of students that you live for. Someone who's not afraid, really just go 110%. She's breaking the stereotypes. But still, she shares one stage with the ordinary ballerinas, and she looks even a little more confident than other dancers. Lizzie is not the only non-standard ballerina. There are other people who are breaking the standards, and even groups of plus-size ballet dancers. So what hardships do they face in ordinary life? And how is their training different from ordinary ballet classes? Plus-size ballerinas should also eat food full of protein and train every day to dance better than the day before. They also do lots of tricks and have to do stretches, as without it, they won't be able to do their fancy ballet moves. Plus-size ballerinas also wear pointes and tutus and make classic buns for every ballet class. The main difference between them and thin dancers is that plus-size ballerinas are not always accepted in society. That's why we can see so little of their performances, and it is always perceived as something unusual. But it shouldn't, says the trainer of plus-size ballerinas, who is actively fighting for the right of big people to dance.
I am here to prove that big people who are big all round deserve to be able to dance in ballet.
Plus-size ballerinas make a difference in the ballet world, full of rules, restrictions, and emotional strains. They can be decent competitors to ordinary ballerinas. What does the life of ordinary ballerinas look like? As opposed to plus-size ballerinas, their life is full of limits. Is it true that they only eat vegetables? How do they live and dance with the everlasting pain? And why do ballet dancers have no childhood? A lot of girls dream about being a ballerina, but the scary truth is hidden behind the scenes. So what are the rules you should respect to become a prima, or at least to dance on stage? The first rule is very strict and even harsh. Any ballerina can't weigh more than 110 pounds. They have to check their weight every month, and they can't graduate from any dancing school while overweight. Why should they be that abnormally thin? And how do they survive the tight schedule with no food? Ballerinas work in pairs and do lots of tricks, and their male partners can't lift them if they're not thin enough. So, do ballerinas really have such a limited diet? And how do they keep themselves in shape? They count calories all the time and avoid lots of products. A ballerina can't have cake for breakfast or a Big Mac menu for lunch.
I generally try to eat pretty healthy, but I also eat whatever I want. I try to get enough fruit and vegetables, protein.
But they still have some guilty pleasures in food, such as chocolate, pizzas, burgers, or desserts. They can allow themselves junk food after a great concert only a couple of times during the year. Do they make themselves an exception during the holidays? On the contrary, as long as they have no training, they should eat even less to keep in shape. That must mean that ballerinas have exhausting classes, and they really do. So how does an ordinary day of a ballerina look?
I wake up and drink coffee, eat breakfast, and then come and take class. Class is basically a warm-up and a workout, and it's also a time for you to work on your technique.
It always lasts for 45 minutes or an hour. And then ballerinas have rehearsals for their shows. They take more than 5 hours per day. And in the evening, dancers have some time to rest, to renew their strength, and sew up their points. Yes, they do it by themselves almost every day. For the convenience of dancers, they're made of natural material, which is very delicate and under intense pressure. By the way, the prima changes points every 2 weeks, and beginners should have at least 3 pairs per year. Which age is the best to start a ballerina career? Kids start to dance since early childhood and make their first moves at the age of 3. Most ballet dancers say they had no childhood because they had 7 classes a week and barely any time to do homework from school. But there is an unwritten rule. The earlier you start, the more successful you will become. Most of those who dance in the greatest theatres were forced to pack up at the age of 10 or 12 and move to another city or even country to enter prestigious ballet schools. They can see their parents only 2 times a year, which hit the young ones really hard.
You leave home at a very, very young age. Most of us, 14, 15 years old, we come and we live in the dorms and we're on our own, and it's all for us to pursue becoming professional ballerinas.
You must be a very brave and hard-working person to become a ballerina and to survive all the hardships. Did you ever dream to become a ballet dancer?